It's Friday, last day of the trading week, and I'm just going to go straight into the trading activities for the day. But if you could, before we start, if you could please click that like, share, and subscribe button. Well, look what today dragged in. Today dragged in a red day. So if you're new to the market and you've purchased stocks within the last three, four, maybe even 5 days, if you bought here at Pi, you might be a little discouraged because we're having a down day. But don't be discouraged. You can see there's always red days, there's always down days as the market continues to run higher. It certainly was exciting seeing this 1, 2, 3, these 4 days out of the last 5. Going back to last Friday when Jerome Powell released his dovish speech for interest rates to possibly be reduced in September. We've had a nice, exciting run. Hopefully this downturn today is going to be a short-lived downturn. My suspicion is that it is going to be somewhat short-lived. Maybe it's just today, maybe it's a few days in the next week. My guess, and this is based solely on the earnings reports that we've had so far this earnings season. And I believe it's going to be short-lived because over 80% of the companies that have reported earnings this year have beat expectations. Analysts fear, due to the tariffs of inflation rising, has not met their negative expectations. Businesses are doing better than expected. Consumers are buying more than the analysts had expected to be buying at this point in time, this far after the tariffs were implemented. Now, since I've started trading this strategy a little over a year ago, I certainly have had days that I don't have anything to sell or buy. Today, I only have one stock to sell, and that's Sherwin-Williams. I've already checked my lists. We have price crossed over our fast-moving average. Yesterday, we have continuation. Even though it's a green candle, price is still lower than the close yesterday. So that is a confirmed continuation of a downtrend. We also have the MACD starting to turn over, and we have the RSI going down. So we're going to go ahead and sell one of these shares. I currently have 4 shares, and that's 1 share per book. So we're going to see if this sells at 365.84. It is not selling. So we'll drop it down to 365.82. And there we go, 365.82. And the stock that I bought at 363.49. So we're looking at, we'll just round it to $2 profit. Now, these other 3 shares, I have 2 shares that I purchased at a higher price, and I have 1 share that if price does continue to fall, and if price falls and continues down past our slow-moving average, hopefully it won't drop down past 351.11, which is my least expensive purchase price for 1 share of Sherwin-Williams. And that's it. That is it for today. I have nothing that hit the I have nothing that hit the buy alerts. So no alerts were sent, no triggers were hit, which benefits me in a way because that gives me $899. So the Sherwin-Williams gave me back $366 to put towards my day trading strategy. I don't have enough money for my 32 stocks that I day trade with to stay fully funded in my day trading. But hopefully, if some of you got in when I got into Sherwin-Williams and when we bought back here shortly after the cross, hopefully you're making a profit. If you are, so let us know. Please send a message, make a comment. Now, I also have no stocks going to earnings Friday afternoon. It's very, very rare for companies to give earnings statements on Friday. So already on Monday, we have no stocks going to earnings on Monday morning as well. So we are done trading within our swing trading strategy this Friday. All right, it's now time to take a look at our trading results, not only for the day, but also for the week and also for the month, where this is the last trading day of August. And since I had to close one account 2 weeks ago and transfer all the funds to this account, there's quite a bit of images of our trading activities for the other account for the weeks and the month. So we'll do a little bit of math, but I'll show you what my trading results were for all of them, the day, the week, and the month. All right, for the day, it was a slow day today. We did $120.31 today. Now for the week in this new account, I did $1,464.91. So that's a pretty good week for this account. Since I opened it on August 19th, we're looking at 10 days. We have a realized gains of $3,698.05. So now we'll look at the realized earnings of the previous account that I closed on August 19th. Actually, I actually closed it on August 18th, but there was still some money that needed to come in on the 19th. And that total from August 1st to August 19th is $3,087.74 in realized gains. Now, if you're new to my videos and you see that I have a realized loss of $472 or a realized loss of $530, or in this case $108, and so on through to $22 loss for today, that loss is strictly a difference in accounting methods. Those are not realized losses. The way I have my account set up for when a stock sells, it's last in, first out. So if a price drops below the last most recent purchase price, when I do create a sell, the stock that is sold is the one that was at a higher price than the current selling price. My accounting, I sell the most expensive stock that's lower than the current selling price. So these are not actually realized gains because I do not sell stocks at a loss. If we own stocks and price drops below our purchase price, we will just simply hold on to them, because if you're new to my video, my strategy is I buy stocks, which over here, if you look, many of these stocks, almost all of them, are in the S&P 500. Now, I've been saying that since I started my video. I will go back. I will go through all this list this weekend and find out exactly how many are in the S&P 500 and how many are not actually in the S&P 500. But those that aren't are considered to be growth stocks. And the reason I purchase growth stocks and mainly S&P 500 stocks is because I'm acting as an investor. All of these stocks in this list are stocks that I plan on holding for years, probably even decades. So my swing trading strategy, let's just come in here. When I buy a stock at this cross and it crosses lower, this cross happens before I can sell it at a profit, we'll hold on to it until we're able to sell at another point. So this is a 3-month hold. If I actually bought stocks here, we have some LNG that we're actually holding on to right now that we bought at $240.98. If we check out, let's look at 3M. So here I would have probably bought in here at this cross and probably sold here, but then I probably would have bought in somewhere around here for 3M, maybe around this point, and then we sold out here. So this is a swing trading strategy. Each candlestick is for 1 day, and we look for stocks. Let's just pull in here. That's got a downward trend. Let's look at HWM. We look for stocks that we buy at some point, and then we hope that the trend runs for not only just days or weeks, but hopefully a couple months, which that was the case for this one. If we look at Netflix, we had a nice run. We bought somewhere back here. We've got 2 shares. Now I recently bought at this cross, and I recently bought up here somewhere. I bought on this candle up here, and I bought 2 shares at $1,241. I'm not going to sell if price drops even down to 1,000. We're just going to hold on to Netflix, because Netflix is, over the long run, it's just going to go up and to the right. Over time, almost every stock goes up and to the right. And since most of the stocks I buy are in the S&P 500, let's look at Meta. Again, up and to the right. Let's look at, we won't look at Occidental Petroleum. Let's look at Palantir. Maybe you know that name. Up and to the right. Let's take a look at Apple. That one's been choppy recently, but it's up and to the right. So if I bought here and you bought several days later after watching my videos, you bought around in here, you wouldn't have been able to sell at this cross, but you're certainly selling up here to profit, because over the long run, it's up and to the right. And S&P 500 stocks are the largest and most profitable companies in the index. There are stringent parameters that companies need to meet in order to be included in the S&P 500. Let's look at IBKR. That was just added on Thursday. IBKR. And I did something that I don't normally do. I bought a stock based on entry into the S&P 500 prior to the fast moving average crossing the slow moving average. This is usually the point in which I get a price alert because a possible buy trigger would have been triggered. And then I would have bought in here, but I didn't own any IBKR. This is the first IBKR I've owned since I started trading. And I did this. I went out of my rule set because I did some research and I found out that when stocks are added to the S&P 500, there's usually for a couple weeks an upward bias. It tends to go up over time. I'm hoping that's true here. But back to my point, I do not have any realized losses. It's just an accounting method on which stocks Charles Schwab is counting as sold and the stocks that I'm counting as sold. So if we come back, let's pull up our trading results for the day, week, and month. All right, so between the $3,087 and the $3,698, we're looking at $6,785 for the month of August. And that's a nice average month. Now, if you're watching my video for the first time, these balances aren't just from my swing trading strategies. I also implement in this account a day trading strategy. So if we look back at some of my day trading stocks for today or the last week, well, actually it'd be over this 3-month period, but I've only been trading in this account for 2 weeks. Let's go back to Apple. So here, all these bubbles here, these are my trades. These are buy and sell. So today I bought Apple once and sold Apple once. Another stock I day traded a few times a day is Silver Metals ETF, which is SVM. I traded 111 shares of that today. Bought and sold 111 shares of SVM. All right, we'll take a look at a few more. American Express was another one I did today. Bought and sold 5 shares of American Express. Bought at $3.30 and it looks like we sold at $3. Well, we would have sold American Express at profits, but I can't see exactly. And the last one we'll look at is Berkshire Hathaway, which is BERK-B. I guess that wasn't the best of examples. I bought that today to day trade, and you can see I bought it at $506.91, and shortly right after I bought it, price went down. So let's try the last one. We'll try Bank of America. And you can see I bought 24 shares of Bank of America and sold probably 20 of them. I believe I still have still have 4 books. Each one is 4 shares each. But anyway, the good probably 50 to 60% of the monies of that $6,000 for the month is for my day trading strategy. Those trades you can't do with me, but you can do if you choose to follow my trades is the swing trading strategy. The swing trading is a profitable strategy. It's just much slower than day trading. I spend 3 hours a day, maybe, sometimes 4 if it's a really busy day, going through all of the stocks that I own, trying to find what are the best stocks to sell or purchase. The sell side is a little bit easier to determine than the buy side. The buy side, I just don't automatically buy at the crosses. I also look at the MACD, see which direction, what type of volume and price is actually moving. Do we have a lot of volume in price movement, or do we have a slow volume in price movement? And volume is indicated by the fast line over the MACD line here, and these bars represent how far away the fast line is away from our signal line. That's what these bars represent. And each bar, the further away it moves, there's a little bit more volume and price action. It's moving a lot faster. There's more velocity to the price action. As it slows down, the signal line comes closer to the fast line comes closer to the MACD line. At any rate, we are done with the trades today. Reset this back to SPX, our S&P chart. You can see that we ended down today. We at least ended higher. We didn't end down at the lowest point, but we did go down a day, and that's expected. Another trading day done, another trading week done, and another trading month done. I hope that if you're following me, that you're finding these videos useful, and I hope that you're possibly making even some trades along with me. And with that, I hope you have an amazing Labor Day weekend.